touch anything.
It's the greatest find yet. Nothing compares to it.
But it's definitely something you should hear.
This is The Real Deal with Larry Lawton.
Welcome to The Real Deal with me, Larry Lawton. We have a great show today. We are going to be educating everybody about some stuff from Dream Farms. I had it the other day, and you know, guys, I don't sponsor or I don't even talk about anything that I don't use. So you guys like to hear from a guy named Steve. He's the owner of this company. It's going to be blowing up really quick. And
AKA Boomer. AKA Boomer.
Is Boomer.
Boomer.
Let's not get personal, Sam. You are the black guy in here. Remember that.
Oh, here we go.
No, everybody knows Sam and I are very close, and we love what we're doing. I want to thank Oliva, our sponsor. They have been here from the beginning.
On the house, Oliva in the house. What about Crooked Diamond Cigars?
Crooked Diamond Cigars are always in the house, Sam. You know that. We have our lighters in. We have our ashtrays in. And we sell the ashtrays for $12. All right, $12.99.
$12.99, come on.
And these are, hey, Steve, did you see these ashtrays? Not bad, right? The way that, the lightness, nice. You know, and the way they did it. And it's, you know, we got those in. We got our cutters. Well, people, hey, check out that cutter. Steve is the owner of Dream Farms, and just look at what see if you see something different on it.
He can't see. He's getting old, man. He needs his glasses.
Well, he can see. Close it. Do you see anything on the blade?
It's beveled.
No, the blade has our logo on it.
Oh, I see that. Yeah.
You don't see that often, and the reason that's engraved in there, and the reason we did it, because people it's like subliminal. You know, people look at something and they, oh, wow, I get it now.
Sam is right. I didn't have my glasses.
Yeah, well, don't feel bad. We all wear. I'm just not, listen, I wear mine all the time. It's not you, Sam. No, you're one of those.
I'll be wearing mine all the time. I went to the eye doctor yesterday.
Yeah.
What'd they say?
Not good.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Hey, Steve, what I learned about that is when I knew when I went to the motor vehicle and I tried to pass the test without the thing, they go, nah, you can't do it. They put it on your license. Well, everybody, let me tell you what we're going to be doing today. We have a really good show today. I love to be educated, and so does the whole audience. And
Me too, which I don't know nothing about. But.
No, a couple announcements. Sam and I are coming up with a once-a-month show right out of here, and we're coming up with names. I'm going to put it out to the audience too, Sam, what name could be. We got a black guy and a white guy, like, you know, black on white, white on black crime, you know, black on white crime. That's the.
Why you got to go there?
No, we got to do something, Sam.
Yeah,
we're gonna have fun. Sam knows.
Don't tell Steve. Steve will have a good one for it, but I ain't gonna say it on the air.
You know, it's funny, Sam, and you know that. You know, I don't give a shit about political correctness because I'm not like another. I don't hate people in general. You know, I don't hate blacks. I don't hate fat people. I fucked a few fat broads, but you know, there's nothing I really like.
No, you can get along with anybody.
Listen,
you had no other choice, though.
Listen, I come from New York City. I come from the melting pot, you know. And when you come from the melting pot, you learn. If you lived in our area, you were good. If you didn't, you were no good. I don't give a fuck who you were. And that was the end of that. But we got Sam. So we're doing a show. We discussed that this morning. I'm loving topics. You guys have been liking all the crime topics. I put out a video last week, 200 and something thousand views. I mean, it popped. And it was about Derek Chauvin. And we got more of that coming up, more crime about the corruption going on in policing and stuff, and I just did a whole bunch of videos on that. But people know I support good law enforcement as well as I support bad law enforcement. Bad law enforcement needs to be highlighted more because anytime you give a man a gun and a badge and the authority to take away your liberty or your life under the color of law, you better fucking damn be right what you're giving a guy.
I gotta agree with that. What do you think, Steve? What's your opinion?
Yeah, that's a...
I don't like bad law enforcement. I've been actually, I don't want to go into
No, this is the real deal. Look at the sign.
You can say that you want.
The cop has retired since I found out last year. But when I was 18 years old, I got in trouble. I was at a party. They picked me up because I'm the biggest guy in the crowd.
Usually
I'm serving alcohol to minors. I was 18. And long story short, we go to trial. This 250-pound cop said an 18-year-old picked him a foot up off the ground with one hand.
Would that be you?
Well, you are a pretty big dude, man.
And you were in high school.
I wish I could pick up 250 pounds with one hand.
When I got out of prison, I was in some shape. My bat max was 375. I remember I had 300 pounds on the bar up here when I got out. And my probation officer, what a prick. Literally, I'm fucking got a couple spotters. We're doing sets. I used to do 1 or 2 or 3, get to the max, and then you go higher. And the cop, I call them cops still, probation, Lawton, pee in a cup. Like, he told the whole gym, I just came from fucking prison. You know what I mean? Not that they couldn't tell, you know what I'm saying? But I just they want to show authority. And listen, we put our foot on convicts' necks enough in this country. We need to stop that. Listen, everybody out there could go to prison. I sit around with chiefs of police and judges, and we'll smoke cigars, and they'll say, Larry, hey, I could have been where you were, when I was younger or something. Listen, I went the bad life. I don't justify that in any way. I was a criminal since I was 11. And now I look at people who make mistakes, and it could be any, from DUIs to drug dealing. Listen, it's just the environment you grow sometimes, whatever it is. Doesn't make you a bad person. It's how you deal with people. Do you care about others? Do you care about elderly? Do you care about... When I hear about people abusing kids in any way or an elderly, I will torture... Well, I'm not going to say what I
Don't
did.
go there.
You know what I mean? I just have no petty. None. People say, don't you feel bad when you... It's in my book. I'm going to give you a copy of my book. Gangster Redemption is a bestseller. In the book, I actually told... I tortured a guy with an iron. People say, how do you feel about that? Great. I didn't get tortured. I mean, what the fuck? How do you mean how do you feel? He was an asshole. He did wrong things. He's lucky he's alive in our world back in those days. So now I look at that and say, I get it. Oh, you don't have a heart. I have a bigger heart than you think. Just because I don't align with your bullshit, whether it's the church or this or not.
The church.
And I'm not knocking church, guys.
It.
I really am not. Whatever it takes a person. Listen, I was away for so long. I was in the hole for 3 years. I read the Bible 5 times cover to cover. I read the Quran 3 times. I read the Torah. I read twice or 3 times, and I read a lot of Buddha books because they wouldn't give us any book except really certain places. And, you just learn how much bullshit there is in the world. And that's all right. Whatever it takes a person to survive in prison, whatever it takes, more power to you. All right, we're going to get off me here. We're going to get right on to Steve. Steve is the CEO and owner of Dream Farms. They're out of Melbourne, Florida. And Steve, give us a little background on how you got into business, how long you've been in business, and obviously, before the show, we were talking about you actually do it. You're passionate about it. You like to do it. You go there. And I get it because I get that kind of. I'm in here. Sam will tell you, I'm here.
Oh, he's passionate about it because I see him out there playing all the time in the fields. Go ahead.
In the fields. No, guys,
He's
tell me
usually
about.
doing something.
First of all, tell us about your product, what it is, legality of it, and how you started.
Well, the product we have today is called Devil's Brew.
Oh, is that this Kool-Aid looking stuff?
That is. Tastes like Kool-Aid too.
I'm going to try a little bit.
But I tried making the label look as evil as possible so it did not appeal to children.
Oh, I was wondering why you had the devil on there.
Okay, so this Devil's Brew is... Well, before we get into your number of products and all that, which I'd like to get into. Again, people know I don't have people unless I either use the products or like them or something like that. I very true. I try. Sam right here brought this bottle the other day. Said, I know you like your medical marijuana, and check this out, right? And he gave it to me, and I said, sure, of course. In fact, I ended up calling you and asking about how much to do, if you remember that the other night.
I do.
And bam, you told me 3, I did 4. Just the way I'm going to be. And I did it, and it took a little bit to hit, which is normal. And I had a great feeling. It was different than, it wasn't like a high that I couldn't handle myself or any of that nature. But I was relaxed. Does give you the munchies, too. And that's my diet I didn't like. But, yeah, it's unbelievably good.
Yeah.
And I never say that about a pot. Even edibles. Very few edibles that I got that don't have that bad taste of it.
Yeah, it kind of tastes like Kool-Aid.
Yeah, this is really good. I can see why you put that on there so kids, because kids can get into that. What is it? What is your business? I think I'm getting ahead of my audience.
My business is all products hemp-derived. Has nothing to do with medical marijuana.
Okay.
We manufacture CBD, THC products.
Okay.
There are different types of THC, as everyone's learning. Delta 9, Delta 8, there's so many of them, I don't even know them all. I stick to 2 of them, Delta 9 and Delta 8. I stick to what...
I think we're losing our audience. Here's what I'm saying. You sell hemp products. Now they are derivatives of THC? No, hemp is what? Is hemp legal federally?
Yes.
Is hemp legal statewide? There's any laws?
I have a hemp license for the state of Florida.
That was my next question. So you need a license to sell hemp?
Correct.
Because hemp is rope, and I was in the middle. I was a Coast Guard. I was a retired Coast Guard.
Right.
And hemp, everybody knew hemp was rope. We used to say, "Can you smoke it?" Back in the day. That's back in the early 80s.
Hemp has a lot of benefits in the textile industry, in the health industry.
Okay, let's go, Steve. So when you get in. How do you get into this business? How old are you?
I am 53.
You're 53 years old. You're in the. I'm not going to say. What do you call your business? Not medical marijuana.
Nope.
What is it called?
I call it.
What does the government call it?
I don't know what they call it.
Well, no, you have to have a license. I'm in the tobacco industry.
It would be the CBD business, is what they labeled it. But
Okay.
there's so many other things just than CBD that we're able to do. It's actually called a hemp license.
That's what I want. Okay.
Yeah,
So you have a hemp license.
I have a hemp license.
Now, can anybody get a hemp license?
Yeah, there's forms you fill out with questionnaires, and you fill it out, and you go from there. I don't see why not.
Okay. Question on hemp. Do you have to have insurance?
Yes.
Is it because if Larry Lawton gets sick or something on this, or like, is there any FDA approvals or anything needed for this?
No.
Okay. So if there's a liability, maybe there's not. I don't think I've heard of anybody overdosing on hemp or anything of that nature. Can you get sick? Is it for everybody?
You can get sick.
Well, anything you get sick. Meaning can somebody,
You can take too much of it. I've had people come in and thought they were professionals, and they've taken too much. And
Are you going to drink it all? Or are you going to let me try a little bit?
We have a whole bottle. Thank you, Steve.
But sickness, I don't know. No, is it for everybody? No. But you'd be surprised at the people that it is for. I'll tell you a funny story. Just happened a month ago. I had two older, I'm going to guess their age, in their mid-80s. They were retired customs agents.
Oh, some real.
And the guy wanted to tell me that. He goes, after he made his purchase, he come in and he goes, I'm going to tell you something. We're retired customs agents. And I went, oh, really? You can tell me some stories. And they sat there for 30 minutes telling me some stories.
Customs that you're bringing stuff in and stuff like that.
Yeah, they would check anybody at, borders or whatnot, and what kind of
Yeah, that was an interesting job, I'm sure.
catching people trafficking stuff.
Now, but when did was hemp always legal?
No.
Oh, when did it become legal?
2018.
Steve's pretty sharp at this
No,
stuff.
well, this is why he's here. Obviously, he's the CEO of his company. Yeah. He knows the legality of it. So, Steve, your company, it becomes legal, hemp. How do you get into the hemp business?
I was in the landscape business for 20 years. I sold it. And after I sold it, I was looking for something else to do. I moved out to Oregon for a few years, and
up in the north, I think they decriminalized a lot of stuff up there actually, and legalized stuff.
To an extent, they got first-time users. So if someone gets caught with something for their first time, they decriminalize it. But if it happens a second time, no. So it's not like you can walk around with meth and heroin all the time. It's
right. Okay, but they're not trying to put people in jail, is what you're saying.
Correct.
They're pretty good about that. I'm not a believer in putting anybody in jail. I have a whole system on drugs that I think they should do. My systems, because we know prison doesn't work, and I know I spent a lot of time in it and been in and out of that thing. Where I got 15 total years in prison, and I look at it this way: no matter what, Steve, if you got caught selling, I'm gonna give federally. Listen, I'm a lawyer. I know the laws about that. So if you got caught selling 10 keys, it's a minimum mandatory 10 to life. Period. And now if it's less than that, there's either a reason somebody's cooperating, or I can go on why, or there's a downward departure. Could be medical. They're getting more of those. We've gotten good at those, but it's a minimum mandatory 10 to life. So understanding that. I never heard of the hemp law. I never heard of somebody getting arrested before it. I never heard of people. In fact, a lot of times people out there, everybody listen, they'll say, oh, it's hemp. It's not THC. Let me explain something about it. And I learned this from you this morning. Hemp does have THC in it.
It does.
And you're allowed to put so much into a product, correct?
Correct.
Now, that does have effects, people, because I drank this the other day, and I actually felt really good. And a better feeling than just being geeked. I don't like to ever be geeked. I've done a lot of drugs in my life. I like to be mellow.
You think?
I like to be mellow. I like to be... I research drugs. I don't just put something in, let's do it. Fuck that,
That's why I knew you and Steve would get along well, because he researches that stuff.
Well, he better. It's our health, man. Well, you're 53. Right. I'm 63.
And I'm green, and I don't know much about it.
Yeah, we think the black guy, he would know all about drugs.
Oh, here we go. Stereo picture.
Everybody knows I'm fucking with Sam, people. Everybody. We really do. Listen, he knows my heart, and he messes with me too. Don't fucking think he don't.
Oh,
Let's
don't
get
worry.
that straight.
No, but I had to ask Steve 3 times what's the difference between THC and CBD.
Well, Sam doesn't even have a clue.
Took you 5 times to remember the 3 letters THC.
You sound like my wife. I only want to remember what I want to remember.
Let me give everybody a quick little story. What happened? Sam comes to the other day. He says,
fuck, here we go.
Says to me, he says, he goes, I know you like your stuff. He goes,
No, you don't just say your stuff. Keep it real.
He goes, you like your occasional drugs or whatever it is. I said, sure. He goes, I want you to try this stuff. Steve Rose. I said, Rose. Ed Rose. He was Ed Rose's son, Steve. Not no, this is a different one. You don't know this one. I said, okay. He says, he gives me this stuff, and he gives me this Devil's Brew.
That's like the Devil's Brew.
In fact, I ended up calling Steve to ask how to use it, what to take. I use it, listen, they could tell you, but when I hear it from somebody who's been doing it. But
you didn't believe me, huh?
No, you have no clue. You never done
I don't
it.
have no clue.
He also gives me these bottles, everybody.
Those
this is
are little
called
shots?
Devil's Brew again, and they're kind of like little shots. Well, Sam gives me 4 bottles, and I don't think he puts them on the desk.
No, they're in a bag.
Or in a bag. I put them on the desk. I got them out later, and one is empty, and it's sealed. I'm looking at the seal, and then there's one with half, and another full, and I go, I got to tell this guy, because if I bought that, I'm pissed. Steve laughs at me this morning when I tell him this. He goes, where'd you get that? I said, Sam. He starts laughing. Sam drank them.
No, listen. Not Sam, okay?
Sam didn't drink them, but
John.
His buddies drank them. He was passing it out.
Oh.
See?
Let me find out you're a closet little drinker of this stuff. Sam's a closet drug addict.
No, he gave me.
I'm talking to Lauren.
Steve gave me a bag, and I said, "Listen," because Steve's really smart at what he does when it comes. Actually, it's his passion. I got to give him that much. I've known Steve for 30 years. We played sports together and everything. And I was always at Mr. Rose's house, eating all their food after football the next day. But I've known Steve for 30, probably longer than that, probably, Steve, right?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Longer than 30.
You guys were kids playing football?
We met in junior high school.
Wow. Okay, so you said you were
played
14.
on the basketball team.
Said you were about 14.
Pretty close.
Yeah,
right?
35, 36 years, 37 years, whatever it is. Wow. And so do you guys live near each other?
We did.
Yeah. They were the wealthy white family, so all the black
guys.
people get to come over after the football game. Miss Rose always cooked us food, and we fish, we swim.
You do that now, Sam.
Shut up.
No, you do. That's pretty good. That's
No, it kept us out of trouble.
Listen, you talk Ed Rose, you thank him for that because that's
Mr.
something he
Rose.
put in your head.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's pretty cool.
Everybody wanted to go to the Roses, so Mom cooked us food. We've known
I met
each other
them. Very nice people, too.
forever. So, and Steve, the one thing about it, this is something that he's passionate about, and I don't know a lot about it. So when he brought it to my attention, I'm like, listen, man, my partner, he's a pretty interesting character. Plus, he likes to do all the fun things. And so when he brought it to me, I was afraid to drink a lot of it. So I gave one of my buddies, Josh, a little bit. We were playing a little poker, and I had a little bit, but I didn't want to drink too much. So I was like, I don't know what it's going to do, but we're here because I know
Sam does a shot. I do 5. I think that's our difference.
Everybody has a different tolerance level.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
In anything.
And that's where he comes in.
I was just going to ask Steve, so what gets you into this? Do you have health issues or anything?
I do not.
So what gets you? Usually somebody has
He's passionate.
Obviously I can see you.
I was in the landscape business, so I like growing things.
That is
So you're really a horticulturist, really.
a what?
A horticulturist, a person who deals
That
with
don't
plants.
even sound right, but okay.
Wow, Sam. We have to evaluate. The show's going to be good. It's called Education 101.
See what I got to deal with? But anyway,
I
go
like
ahead.
to grow things, and I just kept learning. I mean, I was growing like 10,000 pounds of hemp a year out there in Oregon, and I couldn't sell it all.
Now, in Oregon, it's the same laws as Florida,
Pretty much.
pretty much. So federally. So in 18, when it
But
becomes...
it was legal in Oregon before it was legal in Florida.
Gotcha. Okay. When did it become legal in Florida?
2020, 2019, something
Just
like
before
that.
the pandemic, pretty much.
Yeah.
Wow. I love it. Now, I'm not going to get into your personal life unless you want to say, do you like pot anyway or anything like that?
I've been known to dabble.
Okay. Nothing. Listen, me too. I mean,
I am not an everyday user. I'm maybe a every other day.
okay.
Helps me sleep.
I was just going to say, I have major back surgeries. And it actually, I used to take 180 milligrams of oxys a day for 10 years. Pot cut. I mean, and I did it myself. You know that.
Yeah, for
they'll
sure.
They'll all tell you they couldn't believe it. I don't have that addictive personality, so I'm lucky about that. But still, I weaned myself off my own self, and pot was a lot of, at the end. And now I use pot more for at night, like you said. Occasionally, I'll do it in the daytime. I'll just feel it, my back is stiff or something, and it just kind of relaxes you. Something like your product here. I did this the other day, Devil's Brew, and I did a little bit, just the way I am, a little bit more than what probably recommended, but it really got me in a relaxed state. And I didn't feel it until a couple hours later, if that makes sense. It wasn't like, oh, I hit it and 30 minutes later I'm going to bed. It took a while. It took about an hour and a half. And that's me anyway. Any edible I takes, because my metabolism has slowed. I was an athlete when I was younger. Of course.
We all were.
Yeah, good point. You know what I'm getting at. So our age makes your metabolism slow. And my size, I'm a pretty big guy. You're a very big guy. I'm pretty big.
Yeah.
And so you get into the hemp business. You come back to Florida because you want to just come here because you live here. It's your home. Or,
Correct. My
what did you
kids
like?
lived here.
Okay. So you came back to Florida and you continued the hemp business here.
Correct.
How's it doing?
It's doing pretty good.
And is it like, what hurdles are you finding in that business that you wouldn't find in maybe the landscape business or some other business?
Government changing laws every 6 months.
Yeah, the government.
We know about those, man. I can tell you about them. I'm on their radar, that's for
You
sure.
invest hundreds of $1,000s in something in 6 months, they say, oh, well, we're trying to ban it. Oh, well, it's just, you can't plan.
No, you know why? Because you're not on the end. You know.
I don't want to be on the end.
Well, listen, I don't know. I don't want to be, but I'll take it, man. You're on the end. You know everything coming, man. So you got these products. What kind? Okay, so you sell. Do you have a store?
I do.
Where's your store?
Melbourne, Florida.
It's an open store, like you walk in 9 to 5 or something.
Beautiful
Well, I
store.
have banker's hours. It's 11:30 to 6.
Wow. Well, that's stoner.
Nobody's
hours.
there.
That's
He's there
stoner
every-
hours. He knows what I'm talking about.
But he's there every day. I got to give him that much.
Listen, so am I. But I get here at 11 and you yell at me.
Yeah. Those are all his categories.
Yeah, no.
Pretty
okay.
interesting.
Well, we're gonna be giving out his Dream Farms hemp website. We're gonna link it in the description below, and we're gonna have a question and answer sometime. I got an idea to do something with that where people could really be educated. Because what I find with most products, anything, whether we were just talking about acid and mushrooms, people don't get educated. Right now, acid is being used. First of all, at the University of Mississippi. They actually got a federal license for PTSD and a whole bunch of other stuff. It's used. You can't overdose on acid. It depends on how you cannot overdose. You can take 100 hits. I know a guy 100 hit vials went off. Now he was fucked up for a long time, but really you cannot overdose. It's one of those drugs you cannot. I've done many mushrooms, and mushrooms got me sick because literally the psilocybin that comes out is when it's the mushrooms. It's food poisoning. They'll classify it as food. Now, you get over that. I remember getting sick once, and it was great high, if you want to call it that, a great takeoff. But I don't get that with the acid. Acid also lasts a lot longer, like 6 hours or so for me. Some people longer. Mushrooms an hour and a half or something like that. I've done ayahuasca. I've tried them all. And just because I like to test where my brain is, and they did many, many studies on acid. The government has. The government did a major study in the 70s. They gave 2 military units.
In the 70s?
In the 70s.
Come on, man. We in 2024.
Sam, that's what I'm saying. How they knew back then it was okay. This is a fact.
Steve, help me out, man.
You can help me out all you want. I'll show you the study.
I know a lot about acid.
I'll tell you the study.
Help me out.
They took 2 military units. They gave them the exact same mission. The one who did it on acid before the placebo did it twice as fast and half of the mistakes. But afterwards, they were questioning a lot of why they did what they did. And once you start questioning stuff in the military, they don't want it. And that's exactly what I mean. There's many studies with Timothy Leary. I can go on and on about acid. Before I ingest something, anything, and I've done everything, is I like to research it as much as I can.
You're definitely you're definitely gonna read up on. You're a reader.
Listen, I'm not trusting some guy. Hey, you do this. There's fentanyl. I don't even shit. He's crazy.
No, you're definitely a reader.
In fact,
you're gonna do your homework.
See this? He told me 3. This is 1.
Easy, man. We got another 30 minutes on the show. You'll be laying in the corner in a minute.
No, I won't. Steve, a question on that. That's very good.
Smooth.
It really is. I'm not just saying that, guys. I've been to a lot of products. I've did a lot of stuff. Most anything that has anything, I guess THC or even CBD, it doesn't taste good. I mean, I bear the
even the drinks, like a lot of stuff.
None, Sam. This is the best tasting drink. I'm saying that right here.
It tastes like Kool-Aid.
This is listen. When I tried it with Nick the other night, right? We got it. Okay. First of all, Nick couldn't open the bottle. Little Nick. Weak. Am I allowed to say that?
Nick's our assistant. Stop. It'd be nice.
I mess with that word. People know I don't use it. It's a cork. It's a top, and it's really sealed well. So we opened it. I ended up opening it, and I told what Steve said, the recommendation for somebody who, like myself, about 3 ounces. They say 1. Nick did 1. I did 4. And over ice, I actually put ice on it. He was trying it with ice because before I even tried it. And I said, and Nick goes, man, did you see the taste? That's good. It's actually, I mean, I would drink that if that was in the fridge. I mean, it's kind of refreshing kind of thing. Whoever came up with that and how you got that taste, because edibles, chocolates, gummies, anything, they have that tang of something I don't like.
Not the ones I make.
Really?
And to not jump to different subjects, but we'll go back to what we were just talking about. I went in this fool shop. He's got chocolates in there.
Oh, that's what we're on. We're not going.
Smokes.
Absolutely. I was talking about chocolates.
Have you ever had kava?
No. Kava's that kava? It's like a juice, isn't it? They have kava bars and stuff like that.
Correct. It tastes like dirt water.
It does.
So I had a guy that in a kava bar come to me and asked me if I can make it taste good. I didn't know nothing about kava. So I went back in my kitchen and I started doing some
He does
things,
have a kitchen.
And I got it to taste good. Where I tell people, they go, oh, you sell kava, is it any good? I said, I don't know if it's any good, but I can tell you it's the best tasting kava you ever had. And I sell it in a pre-made bottle.
Wow. So wait, I mean, what do you have a background in this?
I got you. Yeah.
A background in
Just
recipes.
get up and look.
In recipes?
Oh, you do? Okay.
No.
You know, I have a cookbook coming. I just finished.
Yeah?
And we actually just got it back from the people that we're having a hard time. It's been late. It's pretty cool. You'll like it. I'll be giving you
I
stuff.
used to cook for 2,000 people.
I know where that is. I'm going to leave that alone. Listen, I washed dishes for 2,000.
Stay on the subject. Don't lose.
Actually, I did in the Gangsters in USP Atlanta. Our job was the kitchen, but we used to just go there and steal. And we used to go there to early count and go out there and we had the kitchen locked down, all us guys. And it was great. But, okay, so you don't have any kind of food background.
Self-taught.
Okay, but somebody, you listen, you can tell you like to eat.
I do like to eat.
So guy comes and say, hey, can you make it better? Did you have the hemp stuff already? Did you have green pump? Okay.
Yes.
Now, did you tell him I have to infuse THC and CBD?
No, it's just kava. So I nano stuff. Nano, meaning I shear molecules.
You break things down, foods
Correct.
or whatever, to see different, and then you
blend
research
better,
it a lot.
consume better, absorb better.
And that's all self-taught?
Self-taught.
Did Did you? Wow, you didn't go to school for that, like college or anything for that?
No.
Like me, you're a street. I'm a street guy. Though,
I barely got out of high school.
Listen, I didn't, but I got a law degree now.
Right.
Because you can do it afterwards. But anyway, says Steve, you take your dream farm. How did you come up with Dream Farms as a name?
It was just a business I had already had an LLC for, so.
Well, so there's really no good story. I didn't want to spend more money on an LLC.
That's basically what it was.
I love
it. It seemed
This
fitting.
is good.
It seemed fitting.
They're good.
Because a lot of people take CBD to help them sleep. So.
Well, the reason I want to get into you is there's another reason I really wanted to have you on here. More than Sam said, I'll get him. Let's get him because I want to ask this question. I'm a pet lover. I have 2 cats, a dog. I mean, always did. Listen, people who abuse animals, come abuse me. We'll see where it goes. And you saying to me that you have a product because dog I have won't go in that RV. I mean, the shakes. It's unbelievable. And you're talking about a killer, and this thing is unbelievable. I mean, I feel bad. I mean, that's how bad it is. And we've been looking for stuff. Somebody told me, hey, get CBD. Nowhere in Brevard County can you get that. Now I know. I went to Fort Lauderdale every 3 months to get a supply. And because they tell you what to do, but I give more always. Because I understand he's a big 100-pound dog and all that.
We make stuff for big dogs and small dogs.
And
medium dogs.
Obvious. And the stuff works just, unbelievably well.
It's all done by weight. However much the dog weighs is how much you give your dog.
I got you. 100%. Sam, you got a problem? We can always fix it. I can help you. Is it on? Make sure it starts. Stay there until the video goes. Okay? Make sure the red... Okay, make sure the red is going. That's all. One on the top? The video.
The recommendation dose for dogs is 5 milligrams of CBD per 10 pounds of body weight.
Okay, so honey, you need 10 times whatever it is, really, right?
You're going to need, 50 milligrams for a 100-pound dog.
Yeah, 5 pounds. Yeah, 5 pounds. Yeah. And that, obviously, I think can a dog or an animal overdose on it?
I don't know the answer to overdosing. I mean, if you give them...
If you want to call it overdosing,
If they take a little too much, what I've seen from experience is they go over there in the corner and they take a nap.
Wow, that's good.
Yes.
Mom needs it. No, Mom...
I also make stuff for horses.
Really? And I got connections. Well, we got to talk. I have a friend in Ocala in the horse business. And...
I make...
and does
peeling spray, treats for horses, salves.
Is it legal in the racing industry?
I don't know that answer either. I do not think it is. I guess it depends at what level of racing you're doing. I know a lot of people that do barrel racing, and that's how I got involved in it.
Oh, I used to barrel race. I had 2 cowboy horses. I did team roping also. Had it in healing, if you know what that is.
So that's how I got into it. They came to me and said, hey, my horse, I spent $300 at the vet. Didn't do nothing. You got something? 13 days later, it's gone.
Wow. It's funny because he said $300 at a vet for a horse. I owned 2 horses and a racehorse one time. A lot more than $300 for a vet.
This wasn't a racehorse, but it was that's the medicine they bought.
That camera's out. Sit there. Put that headphones on.
Oh, yeah. That'd be good. Yeah, Sam.
I know your head's big, so
Hey, Sam, can you do me a favor? Just plug that into a different outlet. See that right down there?
Yeah, you got it.
Take one of those. Don't put it in any of those outlets up there.
Yeah, this one don't work.
Right? Put it on an outlet like near Nick's computer, and then it might work. And then just turn them both this way, one on you.
You got it.
We just switching up. This is the real deal. Everybody knows
His
that.
head looks a lot bigger, Steve, in there.
Hey, Steve, that's why we call it the real deal. Anything happens, my mom will walk in. We don't stop. We used to have the mailman. We made him a celebrity. He's coming every day and deliver mail. This Jamaican guy. And he was cool. He's retired now. He smoked weed with me every day. Have a beer. He don't care. He's retired. He still comes by and says hello. And we'd hang. And so he says, Larry, he goes, everybody on the route saying, oh, you're a celebrity now because he's on the show and stuff. And people got to know him. His name was Garfield. Great name, too. But, I only reason I'm even bringing that up is because I'm 62, well 63 next month, and I'll tell you what, Steve, everybody smokes. I mean,
Not me.
he's probably a closeted fucking heroin addict.
Jesus.
No, he's not. Sam's not. Sam's really straight shooter, and thank God for it because we can't have both of us fucked up. Can I get another one of those? Is this for us?
Yeah.
Steve brought these. He brought to the right place. No, we. Hey Sam, give me a knife too when you get a minute. You got it. You got a knife, yeah. So Steve, you get into this business. You're in Melbourne. You have a shop that's open from 11 o'clock in the day till 6:30. You said 6. You got great hours, man. I want your job, Sam. I work a lot harder than him, buddy.
I was always taught to work smarter, not harder.
Your dad taught you right. I have another question for you then. Thank you. How many age are you seeing the people that buy your products?
Majority of people come in my store are
We don't do the shots thing.
45, 50 or older.
So they're older people for aches and pains, correct? Is that what it is? Do you do your own product?
Absolutely.
No, what? No, I got to ask some people. I mean, I smoke my own cigars.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm going to do it, I'm doing my own product. I know what's in it.
Right. You must feel a lot better. No, I'm a guy that worries. I was telling you earlier. Listen, not that I worry, but I don't want to fucking cut crap and shit. Today, did you hear about the 7 military guys down in Miami? Kids came from the academy, the Naval Academy, partying. They got a little stuff, whatever it was, probably coke or whatever. 2 died, and I think the others were really, close, and all because they wanted to do a little part. Good kids, the academy kid. They're out spreading their wings, which I get. There's nothing wrong with it even. And they had a bad thing because they just didn't know what they were doing. And that's my arguments about legalization. Not only is it taxable, and we know about that.
Right,
it's also you can start getting regulation. I think the pot industry is just way behind, and I think the research in the University of Mississippi and stuff that they're using all kinds of drugs, and they actually have federal licenses for that. You have to have a special license to even do trials or anything. And obviously they're fighting it. Are you finding? Okay, we live in a conservative area, obviously. Do you find getting kickback from law enforcement or anybody like that? Zero. Because usually, you get a cop that he's just one of these straight shooter dudes, and he sees something in there, and it says THC on that bottle. Get out of the car, you know what I mean, or something like that. That just drives me nuts. I don't believe cops should even stop people unless it's something serious or you're a danger to the community. Because why just stop you? What are you, a money grab now? Trying to hit me up for tickets?
I mean, we get inspected by the state, so I don't know why the local cops would
Bother you.
Bother anybody.
Yeah, but you know what happens. I mean, I can go on and on wherever we're at, and I always look at it. Not that I worry about it, because I've been through. What are you gonna do to me? Put me in county fucking jail? I give a flying fuck. It doesn't bother me, certain things. I don't wanna, of course. I've been swatted. I've had crazy things happen. They freak out. But now I look at it and say, slow down, lad, man. You get into that age where I tell about my mom stressing. Right. I don't want to stress, if you know what I mean. Because I look at that and say, wait a minute. I'm getting like my mom, and I hate that. You want a cigar, first of all?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
They're very good cigars.
Thank you. And you're going to, we give all guests a package. So where is your product now besides, do you have an online site?
I do, but not all my products are online.
Okay. I saw Sam brought in a list. Can you just give it an idea? What's your top 5 selling products in your store? Yeah, you didn't think questions were coming, did you, Steve?
I actually know the answer. We sell a lot of CBD gummies. We sell a lot of Boomer Sports Rub. We sell a
Boomer Sports Rub. Yeah. That's your dad. That's his brand. That's him. No, softball. I call him Ed Rose. Softball Ed Rose.
He uses a lot of it.
Does he?
A lot of softball players use it. Yeah, they love it.
The elderly folk. Yeah, that's pretty good. So
I use that.
I love the name. That's why I love it. I'm a boomer. I'm technically a boomer.
Well, it worked out good, but my nickname was Boomer.
Oh, I thought it was.
that's
I
why
thought
we
it was from
named it.
me, baby boomer. That was really good. Okay, so you got edibles,
Edibles,
animal
sports
products.
rub, the dog drop.
Are they
pet
good
drop.
sellers?
Oh yeah,
Dog stuff.
yeah. We run at them all the time.
Wow. So are you at a point in your business where your inventory's kind of hard to keep up with what you're doing?
Not really hard.
I mean, you're a small company, so
are.
you have to like kind of say, wait, listen, I'm learning it. If it wasn't for Sam, being honest, all straight kid, he kind of keeps me more on track. He's more of an organized guy. I'm fucking the ideas. I'm a creator. You know, that's my brain. That's my brain type. Like you are.
My wife keeps me on track.
Okay. I got Sam. Well, fuck. Who got fucked in that deal? Not even good looking. It helps to have somebody like that.
Absolutely.
You know? And Sam is that for me. But in your product, all your products, is there a favorite you have?
I mean, we even do shampoo and conditioners. I mean,
Wait a minute.
we do
No.
body
Wait a minute. You have people buy soap and say, I want to wash myself with THC?
CBD.
Oh, there's no THC in that soap. Very little.
Trace amounts.
Okay, so it doesn't bother you.
Correct.
So you're telling me that I'm going to get up and put CBD. What does it do for you? Is it healthy?
It's very good for your skin and hair. People don't know that, but it's very good for your skin and hair.
My beard, no hair.
I got beard oil.
Yeah.
I don't have any hair either. I haven't figured that one out.
When you do, get over here real quick. Really, it actually helps and it's healthy for you.
I was selling it to a guy out in Oregon, and he was going to give it to his wife. He started using it. He called me up a month later. He goes, hey, I need some more of that shampoo. I go, what's the problem? He goes, he was losing his hair. He goes, that made my hair thicker. And he goes, I didn't know CBD did that. And I said, neither did I.
Are they still finding out a lot that CBD does? I mean, is it still under research? I know I'm a big proponent of CBDs and marijuana and the THC because there's a lot to do with the way it mixes. You know,
Right.
Like if you just have CBD, it's one thing, but if you have CBD with THC, there's some way it interacts that it lights it up or something better.
THC helps the CBD attach to your body's receptors.
There you go. See, that's the science.
It's called the entourage effect. When you use all the cannabinoids together, they work better together than they do separately.
Well, have they figured out? I asked you earlier. You said there was let's call it 150 CBDs in hemp.
Cannabinoids.
Cannabinoids. I'm sorry, cannabinoids. They have figured out. Science has figured out what each one of those cannabinoid.
It took me years to be able to pronounce it.
Okay, at least I don't feel that bad. I say CBD. The CBD in it, the
Cannabinoids in the plant.
do they figure out like can this attack arthritis? Can this attack glaucoma? Can this attack?
I don't know if they've done studies on that. There's, little funding for it. I don't know why, but I mean they are studying it. There's new cannabinoids out. It seems every year I hear of a new one.
Well, how do you have? I mean, obviously, like you said, you break things down in food. Same thing with any chemical. There's X amount of chemicals in it. Unless you add more, it's not going to grow more.
Right.
So,
I mean, there's.
I'm hearing such good things, Steve, about CBD.
So the difference between what people call medical marijuana and hemp. Here's the two differences. Medical marijuana is high in THC, very low in CBD, if any. Hemp is very high in CBD, very low in THC. But they're cousins, so
gotcha. So if you did enough hemp, you can get high.
You'd have to do an awful lot, but yes.
Right, I got that. And now, but what does the CBD do?
CBD.
I mean, is it a tranquilizer? Does it calm you? Does it pot? I always defend pot because listen, you and I smoke pot. You don't see people who smoke pot starting fights and doing this shit. You see them go watch a movie and eat popcorn or eat something. You know what I mean? Alcohol. You take alcohol. I defend all drugs over alcohol because alcohol kills more people, causes more damages medically wise and everything else.
But it's also
widely used. Obviously. Yes. But you still, even when it's on a case-by-case basis, if you actually took and broke it down to 20 people who smoke pot and 20 people who drink, the 20 people who drank, they did a bigger study, but they had more medical issues long-term, had more problems with the law, crime, lack of motivation. There's a whole bunch of things that alcohol compared with pot has certain ones, but nothing like, you can't compare them.
Alcohol is the worst thing to put in your body.
Absolutely. And this is not an alcohol.
No. It's an alcohol alternative.
Alcohol alternative. Hey, whatever works. Now, so you got all these products. You have one store. What hours? We should debate that one day off. Man, I get up depending if I go to bed at 4. Last night I went to bed at 4. Today I was up at 10. I mean, that's just me. I mean, some people are different. Everybody has a different clock. Sam yells at me, "Watch your health." That's when I put him on the scale, and he loses.
Sam doesn't even go to bed.
No, I told Sam, I know what his schedule is. But when he said my health, because I did have health problems. I had a blood clot last week. I never had a clot in my life. And I had a pulmonary embolism. They went to my lung. The clot went into my lung. I did not know how serious it was until they had me in the hospital. Said, "No, you would have died. Your brother saved your life." You know, my brother was close to. We lost 2 sisters too. We had 5 of us, and 2. But anyway, going back to your pot. Let's get to your pot again. Not pot. I hate to call it pot. You have stuff for animals. You have. Do you take my mom? Would that be better? Is there a better product? We go to the pot store to help, get her gummies and stuff. Is there a better product that maybe in CBD that we can start getting?
I can show you some studies that what CBD said. So I got to bite my tongue sometimes because you're not allowed to say what it does.
Okay, here's how you do that. In the law,
it may.
Here's it. Allegedly. Use the word allegedly and you'll cover yourself legally.
I can't say
allegedly, he stabbed that guy.
Allegedly, it helps with anxiety, sleep, inflammation.
Yeah. That's true.
Blood
allegedly.
sugar.
You're covered. No. And I like that because I think people need to hear that instead of saying, the government would say, fuck the government. How's that? I said it. I'm in trouble again, Sam. You're going to have to handle that one.
You got to call a lawyer.
So allegedly, it does a lot because my mom has anxiety. My mom has. You wonder why. 91.
CBD is one of the best things for anxiety. Allegedly.
Allegedly, you're done now. You can say
I'm covered.
You're covered
right.
for real, Steve. So I could straight CBD or the kind like you have. You know what I'm saying? Can you buy CBD? Just CBD.
Yes.
You
can buy CBD, but you're not going to buy, CBD straight from the plant due to the fact that the THC level is going to be above legal limits. So what we do when we mix it into products and whatnot, we down the THC levels.
Oh, you're telling me that hemp as a whole, as a rope or whatever, hemp itself, the plant, actually has a high enough concentration of THC in it to be not legal in the United States.
100%.
That's so wrong, man. It's a plant that grows in the ground. I want to get on that one.
So when you grow it, you have to have it tested before you can harvest it. So at your testing time,
you grow right here in Brevard County?
I do.
Wow. I got to ask because people are saying, "Wow, how many do you have acreage or farms or trailers or houses? How does it work?"
I will say this: I do it indoors.
Okay, everybody in pot world who watches my show knows that's hydroponics and all that going into
Well,
it.
It can be soil too indoors.
Yes, of course,
but
controlled environment.
The humidity in Florida will not let you grow quality cannabis.
So the days when we were kids and we were just fucking making seeds and thinking we were getting high was bullshit.
I mean, it'd work. It just wouldn't be something you'd be able to sell, I wouldn't think. I'm sure there's certain strains out there that can handle the humidity better than others, but...
So you grow your own stuff here. I get that for security reasons and everything. Right. You shouldn't say. So you have an operation. How much can you produce?
Enough to supply my stores. Wow. I don't grow like in Oregon. I grew so much I couldn't get rid of it. I threw
Threw it away?
75% of it away.
Oh, wow.
Because at that time, if I took it to get it extracted into oil, it would have cost a small fortune. So I had to weigh, do I want to invest this much money to get oil? And, so that's when I started doing products.
People, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Boy, that's a really important thing. So the does CBD and even THC, just a question, does it have a shelf life?
It can degrade over time, absolutely. You always want to keep out of light CBD or THC.
So yeah, please tell my audience how you would store anything, pot or a CBD or
cool,
anything.
dry place, dark. You
Cool,
don't want
dry,
like
dark
sunlight. Yeah, you don't want sunlight. So I'm in the front of my store. I got these big glass windows. I don't put any products up towards the front of the store.
You probably have film on it, no?
I do, but the sun still comes through there.
Yeah, well, we know that. I have a RV.
I can put some flour out on the shelf, some CBD flour in a clear glass jar, because if you used an amber one, people wouldn't be able to see it and they'd want to open it up. So I put it in glass, and I know I'm throwing that away because it's going to be brown in a week or two.
Just from the humidity?
No, from the light getting in there.
Oh, so the light is as bad as anything.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, see, I never knew that. I could take pot, so any marijuana I get, right, if you want to call it that, I should take that and keep that in my closet.
If you're going to use it right away, your closet would be good. If you're going to store it, I'm not beyond
Vacuum seal.
Vacuum seal it and put it in the freezer.
Oh, in the freezer. I didn't know that. I didn't know, I know you vacuum seal, obviously.
A lot of people will say, don't put it in the freezer, but that's actually how they make like live rosin and stuff like that.
Wow. Yes. But did you see how you're going to get one? Did you see our lighters?
Yeah.
No, the black ones, the crooked, dime. You're getting one. I told you I give guests all the products we have. So that, you know what that was made for?
Dabs.
Absolutely. Sam doesn't even know that. You know why he knew that? Because you put it, you open it, and it stays lit. So you could, and it has a high flame, so you can, smoke, melt get your temperature of your dab to the right temperature. And Sam has no idea what that. We can go even one step.
He thought it was a dance move.
He has no idea what dabs are for sure.
Yeah, he thought it was a dance move.
Sam's been educated, let's say it a little bit in here. He knows a lot about a lot of stuff, but nothing about our stuff.
Did Sam ever tell you about the dance contest he won?
Oh, no. Oh, Sam, I want to hear this. Sam, if you're going to get on the radio, roll over here.
Stay on focus.
No, you roll over if you're going to be on here. Go ahead. Tell me about it. He won a dance contest?
I think he did back in...
Well, he must have been the only black guy there, because any other black guys will outdance him in a minute.
I don't remember the details of it.
Oh, you covered for... He's a good friend, Sam. He's covered for your ass. Where do you see your shop now? Like you have one here, and when did you start here? 2020?
2021.
2021. You opened up. You have the shop. Where is it located here?
It's on Wickham Road and 674 North Wickham Road, Melbourne, Florida.
Just south of Sarno.
Just south of Sarno.
Yeah, that's right next to the track. There's actually, obviously, have you approached animal places about this product?
No, I do sell some of them to feed stores. A lot of people go to feed stores to get.
Oh yeah, especially down here south here, the Grant, and that kind of stuff. Yeah,
But
the reason I say and with that, I know, again, animal rehab. If they would have recommended anything or even said, hey, listen, try this. It's a CBD thing, for animals, we'd have bought it right there on the spot. Because you love your pet. Trust me, I love pets more than most people.
People will spend more money on their pets than they will themselves. It's a known fact.
Guaranteed, and I agree with it. Meaning, I understand it. You especially start the elderly and the more elderly and whatever. You can't. It's part of them.
Yeah, I have 2 dogs, and they get worked up when the thunderstorms or fireworks. So on 4th of July, I don't go out looking at fireworks. I go home and stay with my dogs.
Good for you. You're a good pet owner. Yeah.
CBD helps tremendously with that.
So you're up down there. There's an animal hospital that I used to use right next to the bowling center, Dairy Lane, whatever, not Dairy Lanes, whatever, Harbor City Lanes, across from the track. And there's a very big, and they sell a lot of stuff. I would be going in there and have a couple of recommendations from people why they did it. Listen, whatever you put there, whatever percentages all work, That's just a no-brainer. Obviously, the reason I asked you about shelf life is you don't know how long it would take. But they need a campaign to talk about what that product does for animals. Because I think you have such a big industry in animals. Like you said, not only to spend, everybody, you know how many animals from cats to dogs are having anxiety, won't get in a car, well, for whatever reasons, you know. And
I'm not an animal expert, but I do know that it'll help animals that have an endocannabinoid system.
yeah, you can't just stop.
So I don't know if all animals do, but
What is it? Do you even know what that is? Oh, no, you don't have to Google it.
well, you make
Everybody's going to Google it.
I know humans have an endocannabinoid system.
It has to be a system that
It has
can
something to
process.
do with receptors.
Yeah, you know, pain receptors are. I went to Steve, to the #1 pain clinic in the United States when I had my issues, and they're the ones who told me, "Did you know I couldn't get high on the opioids?" And the reason I couldn't get high on them is, you got to remember this: if you have a back injury or you break your arm, Steve, right now, and they give you an opioid, you take that opioid orally, and then it goes through your system. And it looks for the inflammation. It finds your inflammation and attaches to that, and it doesn't cure it, but it might dull it, might make it where you can function. What happens if you have no pain? You're an athlete. You're a quick healer, and they told you take these opioids for 10 days, and in 2 days there's zero pain, no more inflammation, and you take it for another 8 days. You're starting that process of an addiction, and that is why. What happens after that, and the reason they process anybody, is because if you have no inflammation through your body, the opioid goes to the endorphins in your brain. That's the last stop. So I have so much inflammation in my body. I had 11 hours, I have 49 screws, 15 vertebrae, neck, the whole works. I have so much inflammation, it attaches, that's the opioids. That's why people, even friends, Frank, doctor, never seen you high, like, never, ever. I mean, they're on the golf course. I play golf. I would take a 30 milligram and sometimes a 30 or 15 at ninth hole. Never high, once. And they'd say, I would be dead, friends. He took that much. But what happens to tolerances and stuff, but it helped me. There's no question I needed it. Now, see, I guess pot, CBDs, whatever came along, and I like it better. Not that sometimes you could use it, but I take whatever extra. I'll find something like this. And if this over time could even, not going to get me high like you said, but it's going to get me like a relaxed state. And that's what I felt the other night. And I first of all, the taste is so good. And then it took a little bit again, but I felt like relaxed. I said, man.
Yeah, you have a high tolerance. Some people can drink a half ounce and it does them just right.
Yeah, oh, no question. I mean, yeah, that's why. What I'm thinking about is my mom, and I would just with a little juice and give her a shot. One shot, then it's like you know what I mean? It could be something like that.
Yeah, I learned something today. All animals have an endocannabinoid system.
Just like us. Yeah. Oh, wow. Sam just passed me something cool, something about your products, too. Boomer Sports Rub. I love it. And I'm thinking it meant baby boomers, because that's really the age for it. I'm a baby boomer, and I said, oh, wow, they got something.
That's who buys it, though.
I can imagine they got the most aches and pains. We're at that point in life. You still want to be active or whatever. I use Trimix for sex. That's what I like. He's looking at me. Where did that go?
I've never heard of that.
And a lot of people have it. It's an actually injection into you, and it drives you crazy. It's unbelievable. Ouch. No, it's not ouch. It doesn't hurt. I have a weird fucking sense of pain. I think I'm a little psycho. You got Boomer Sports Rub. You got Casey's Rejuvenation Syrup. What's that?
That is a daily, some people call them tinctures. I call it syrup because I make mine different. Most tinctures on the market aren't a true tincture.
Oh, not? I get that sometimes.
Alcohol based, and
because I squirt it on a cracker, like in food.
Mine's more like a syrup. It has vegetable glycerin in it,
and what do people use it for?
Just an everyday dosing.
Okay, is it like a product for food?
No, you put it directly in your mouth. It's flavored very well.
I'll tell you, first thing that jumps at me is the great flavor.
You should try my peanut butter cookies.
Oh, don't look at I'm not a little guy either. Now he's gonna really get me in trouble. You tell me they're calorie free. Go ahead.
I can't.
He can't. You also have chill sticks. What are those?
Those are just CBD or CBG pre-rolls.
Oh, and now again, I always look at both ends of it. Is it the smoke? Is any nicotine?
No nicotine. It has CBD. It's not going to get you high, but it is going to relax you.
I'm learning something today about CBD is really about
a lot of people will take that are trying to quit smoking pot. They'll smoke the CBD instead. Why? I don't know. Maybe
it's a habit. They're just trying to break a habit, maybe.
Yeah, but they ask if there's any THC in it, and I always have to tell them. There's a tiny bit. You can still fail a
great
test.
Yeah. Oh, would you fail a test?
Absolutely.
So you could drink this and fail a piss test?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I thought, like you said, people think a partner of mine earlier way back as a drug testing company. And he'd tell you what's in the system, how they can do it, the whole works and stuff. And even pot, they set the limit is what it is. Like, like when they take a test, because everybody actually produces it, THC. Your body produces it. And now for that test, it'll, if they put it at 0, everybody's going to be it. But they have to put it at a certain manner to be legal.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. You also have, this is what I wanted to talk about again, CBD pet drops. Like I said earlier in the show, that's not kidding. We used to go down to Fort Lauderdale together. There was only one spot I knew and that had to go because you look it up and you can't find it.
Really?
Yep. I don't know. Go Google. If you Google CBD Brevard County for dogs, nothing comes up. He's thinking about it. He's already calling his webmaster. Change that. Absolutely. There's a market that's massive, I think. And even up here, obviously, there's a lot of people.
We sell a lot of it.
Because everybody's looking for something to work. That's just because, am I not going to take a trip? You know what I mean? No.
Right.
You're going to fucking be shaking.
We had somebody in yesterday buying them because they're going on an airplane with their dog.
Wow. And how much is that? The prices I'm looking at $30 for that. That's great. The price down south is more. This is a great comparison to me, and that's the only thing I know from this kind of product. You have a lemonade.
You cut out all the middlemen.
What's Delta 8? And you mentioned Delta 8 and you mentioned Delta 9 that you deal with. Mm-hmm. Explain to me exactly what Delta 8 is and then exactly what Delta 9 is.
The best way for me to explain it to you is to tell you that on the chemical structure, they are one molecule off from each other.
What does it do? Each one? Is there something different it does to you?
Nope.
Nothing.
So people do say that when you take the Delta 8, like if you've ever taken too much Delta 9 and got paranoid, Delta 8 doesn't do that, is what they say.
Okay, can't they break all these deltas down to one fucking delta and put it in THC?
I wish they'd make it some. They're all THCs.
Right. Oh, they all have T. Oh, the word whatever that means. Is
so
that
Delta 9 is what we all known growing up as just THC. They didn't realize there was Delta 8, Delta 10, Delta 6.
Right. Science wasn't there.
Correct. I think it was the 80s or 90s. Or no, maybe. I don't know when they. I'll have to look into that when that.
So Delta 8 and Delta 9 are, again, back when we were kids, that's pot. Because we didn't even say THC, it's pot, or weed, or grass, whatever you wanted to call it. Now you get that. Now it has Delta 8, all these deltas in it, but Delta 8 and Delta 9 is what most people use.
So if you're smoking pot, you're smoking Delta 8 because there's Delta 8 in the plant.
Gotcha. Are you smoking Delta 9?
Absolutely.
So now what's the difference? Is it legal? Is one
Delta 8 is legal in most states. They don't limit us to how many milligrams you can put in a product with Delta 8, though.
But they do with Delta 9.
See,
that's what I'm getting at. You're saying they do the same things. And if they do the same things, why isn't the law the same? Because somebody out in Washington or wherever thought, maybe I can make a lot of money when I tell them this and do this shit and that. So now, the products you get, do they have both Delta 8 and 9 in them?
No.
Okay, this is really good. What Delta doesn't an animal product have?
THC.
So no THC. Okay, that's just the CBD. Anything that has a THC on it has either a Delta 8 or Delta 9.
Correct.
And why don't you have products with both? I mean, if they're both the same, you said.
What's the point if they both do the same?
Right. What the fuck the point? Why have a Delta 8 and a 9 if they're both the same? They don't mean shit. I mean, it's the same thing.
Some people will tell you Delta 9's a lot stronger, and it might be. I'm not to argue that.
So there's real no sound science.
Just people's experiences. Okay. I've had people say they get paranoid on Delta 8, not on Delta 9. Me, myself, I've been paranoid on Delta 9, not Delta 8. So I think you got to attack it and find out what works for you.
Gotcha. That's a great why. That's why it's hard for them to, or for me to even recognize that what they're doing is they're making winners and losing without even knowing. Because it doesn't mean, like who is to say what. And now you're putting a law different on one Delta and the other. I mean, obviously that's politics, I'm sure, behind the products and stuff like that. But I want to tell for the people that are watching or listening, when you have a Delta product, when you go in, what is the norm and what would somebody ask? And if one of your people work for you, obviously I hope they educate people. I mean, that's part of it. You go in, wow, I don't know what it is. Can you educate me? And I learned a lot from you. A lot.
We do our best to educate them. We actually ask. I mean, it's amazing the people that come in and say they want CBD, but then they buy a Delta 8 gummy. And I say, that's not CBD. That's Delta 8. That's going to give you a buzz or whatnot. Yeah. Oh yeah, I know. That's fine.
So, but maybe they know the CBD just for that because they use it like you say. And I didn't even know about CBD the way you just telling me. And I've been around.
Won't get you really high. It'll just relax you.
Again, you're showing me something I think I could help my mother with more, like a person of that age or even anybody getting older. And that's pretty cool because I didn't know that. When I bring someone here and they say, I know pot. Trust me, I can fucking tell you how to get. You want to get pot? I'll get you fucking 20 pounds right tomorrow.
I gotta go.
Allegedly. But anyway.
I mean, there's also a CBN, there's a CBG, there's a THCV. THCV, they say, is an appetite suppressant.
Oh, Ozempic. Oh, really? Yeah. See, he's educated. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to this.
CBN will make you feel groggy, so it helps people fall asleep. So there's two different things. There's falling asleep and staying asleep. I always tell people, I think, allegedly, CBD will help you stay asleep. CBN will help you fall asleep.
I'll talk to you after. You need to be educated. You know how to explain yourself in our term, like a man, like me, not as a scientist. You're explaining and you're telling it just like it is. You need to be really doing more of that, whether you make videos on your website to educate people. And then, yeah, I know. Okay. I'm getting a hit from Sam, but fuck Sam right now. Anyway, we do got to go. But I'll listen. You blew me away with some of the stuff about education. And I want everybody to know, listen, we're going to have links in the below on this whole stuff. This way, check it out. Go to his website. I hope he changes a few things, and I think he's going to make it better. But I just was educated, and I hope you are. And learn more, because this stuff is, don't think of it as a negative. Don't people out there, it's illegal. Fuck illegal. Don't worry about it.
It's actually federally legal now.
Wow, and that's even federally legal. That is important. All right, everybody, I want to thank Sam, my man over there. He's still yelling at me. And, of course, Steve, thank you very much for coming in, man. I really appreciate it. Hey, everybody, think about your choices you make. And where's my thing? See, I'm not Nick. And I have to do this. And everybody stay safe. Please have a great day.
Don't touch anything. It's the greatest find yet. Nothing compares to it.
But it's definitely something you should hear.
This is the